Hey everyone, welcome to our third rhythm for this week's Way of Life. And yes, I'm wearing another hat. It has been quite a while since my last haircut, and it's going to be a couple of weeks before I can get back to see the lady that cuts my hair, so you are going to get to see all of the hats that I own. I think that's how this is going to pan out. But our third rhythm for every week is about community. It's about sharing our life with others. And one of the interesting things as we've been going through Psalm 27 this week is that this psalm is unusually individual for the Old Testament. It uses language about I and me. Most psalms and prayers in the Old Testament are about we and us and our. But this is this moment where David kind of senses that it's him against the world, him against his enemies, and he's going to be okay because God is in his corner, even if no one else is. But as I read the first couple of verses here, it says, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When evil men advance against me to devour my flesh, when my enemies and my foes attack me, they will stumble and fall. Though an army besiege me, my heart will not fear. Though war break out against me, even then will I be confident. One thing I ask of the Lord. This is what I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord." You know, David is comfortable naming some things in his life that aren't going right. And a part of community is being able to confess and to talk about the things that are not going well, the things that we're scared of, the things that are troubling us. And then they can remind us in a deep way, not just some trite way, that God is with us in those things. I got off the phone an hour ago with one of my oldest friends, and he was talking about the beautiful things that are going on in his life of having a 5-month-old and a 2.5-year-old, and the things about that are really hard, and about the difficult news that they got that his sister is dying of cancer, and this will be the second sister that he will have lost. And in that little moment, we get to point each other back to the Lord. As awful as it is, and acknowledging how awful it is, we also get to remember the goodness of God in it, and that God doesn't leave us in the middle of it. Who do you have that you share the ups and downs of your life with? And are you doing it? Do you have the people? And are you taking advantage of the relationship? Or are you letting God use those people in that way? And maybe if you aren't, it's time to stretch. And if you don't have those people, I would ask that you would pursue those kinds of relationships where you find appropriate but vulnerable moments with folks where you get to talk about your fears and you get to remind them that God is with them, and you get to hear them remind you of the same thing. So are you sharing the ups and downs of life with people right now? And maybe it's time to remind each other that we don't have to fear because God is with us. So we love you. We'll see you tomorrow.